Hello everyone, I'm Clare and you're listening to Talk the Talk, the podcast that helps you sound natural, confident and fluent in English. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about Christmas in the UK, including advent calendars, Christmas cards, Christmas carols, Christmas Eve traditions, Christmas morning, Christmas dinner, the King's Speech, and much, much more. Christmas in the UK is a cosy, tradition-filled time of year. There are shared traditions and family traditions, lots of chocolate, lots of presents, and sometimes the classic Christmas family fight. So let's get into the Christmas episode. Enjoy! Let's start with advent calendars. In the UK, advent calendars are incredibly popular. They're usually only given to children to help build their excitement in the countdown towards Christmas, but some adults also have an advent calendar for the month of December. You open one door each day from the 1st to the 24th of December and get a small piece of chocolate. The door for the 25th is usually bigger because that's the main day, and so you get a bigger piece of chocolate on Christmas morning. Some families get calendars made from fabric with a pocket sewn on the front for each day and put in small treats, chocolates, or other mini gifts of their choice. Aside from the standard ones that most people buy at a local supermarket, there are some luxurious calendars on offer too. There are beauty calendars, tea calendars, and even extremely high-end ones from brands like Vogue or Harrods, which can cost hundreds of pounds. Another strong tradition in the UK is sending Christmas cards. Families and close friends often send handwritten cards through the post, usually with short, thoughtful messages inside. Some people hand deliver their cards rather than posting them, and while they're doing the rounds, they might knock on a few doors and have a catch up with the people they don't see very often. I remember writing Christmas cards with my parents when I was little. Usually, my mum or dad would go to the supermarket a couple of weeks before Christmas and pick up a few boxes of cards. Me and my sisters would get a few to write out for our closest friends at school, and then my parents would use the rest for family, friends, and maybe some colleagues. For important people like grandparents and aunts and uncles, parents write out the cards and then ask each child to write their name at the bottom. A lot of the time, people will also sign cards on behalf of their pets, so you'll get a card from the whole family, dogs and cats included. Christmas stockings are usually for children, although I know a lot of adults who have them. In the UK, stockings are traditionally hung above the fireplace or placed at the end of the bed. Children wake up early on Christmas morning to see what Father Christmas has left for them. I guess it depends on the family, but either the stockings are raided first, before the main presents, or last, after all the big presents have been opened and you want to see what little treats you've been given. Stockings usually contain small gifts like chocolate, sweets, socks, and sometimes even an orange, which is an old tradition. Again, pets get involved here. A lot of families have small stockings for their pets, which have snacks in for them. Even though many people in the UK aren't particularly religious, Christmas carols and carol services are still a really important part of the season. One of the most famous carol services is the Festival of 9 Lessons and Carols at King's College Chapel. It takes place every Christmas Eve and is broadcast on TV and radio, meaning people all over the country and even around the world listen to it as part of their Christmas traditions. Other well-known carol services are held at places like Westminster Abbey and St. Paul's Cathedral, both of which often have services that are televised or shared online during the Christmas period. What's interesting is that many people who don't attend church at any other time of year will still go to a carol service at Christmas. Singing familiar songs together helps people get into the Christmas spirit, and for many adults, it brings a strong sense of nostalgia and childhood memories. Some of the most well-known Christmas carols and hymns in the UK include Hark, the Herald Angels Sing, O Come All Ye Faithful, Once in Royal David's City, Silent Night, and Away in a Manger. Even people who are not religious usually know the words, or at least the tune, because these songs are repeated every year in schools, churches, and on television. Christmas Eve in the UK can look very different from family to family. Some people have a quiet evening at home, wrapping presents, watching Christmas films, or preparing food for the next day. Others go out to Christmas Eve parties, especially with friends. I've been to quite a few myself over the years. Some families also have very special traditions. One of my best friends, for example, has a Christmas Eve gift box that the whole family opens together. Inside are games, snacks, and Christmas pajamas for the kids. It's a lovely way to slow down and spend time together before the madness of Christmas Day. If you're a kid, Christmas morning is the most exciting day of the year by far. Children usually wake up first, of course, because they're the most excited. When I was a kid, we'd often wake up so early, we'd have to wait until a more reasonable hour to actually go downstairs, just because parents usually have rules. So, for example, we were allowed to go downstairs after 7 a.m. Before that is just too early, and parents need their sleep too, so they don't want you banging around and waking them up. What we would do is creep out onto the landing and then very slowly down the first few stairs. Careful not to make the floorboards creak, and peek through the banister at the tree to see if Santa had delivered any presents. I shared a room with my younger sister, so we'd take turns at doing this and then run back to discuss what we'd seen. When the grown-ups finally get out of bed and come to wish you a Merry Christmas, it's time to barrel downstairs as noisily as you can and dive into some presents. Then you tear those suckers open and the living room fills up with wrapping paper and delighted screams. Another popular Christmas item is the Christmas selection box, which is a box of chocolate bars, basically. Ours would be in our Christmas stockings, and once we got to that, we'd be allowed to have one thing out of it before breakfast. Christmas dinner is the second highlight of the day and one of the most important parts of a UK Christmas. Traditionally, the responsibility for cooking Christmas dinner fell mainly on mums, and for many women, it was a long, stressful day spent in the kitchen preparing food for everyone. Nowadays, lots of families plan and prepare Christmas dinner together, which hopefully makes things a bit less stressful. Some families invite extended family, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins to join them for Christmas dinner, while others keep it much smaller and celebrate only with the people they live with. Both are very common in the UK. A traditional Christmas dinner usually includes roast potatoes, stuffing, gravy, and one very important side dish called pigs in blankets, small sausages wrapped in bacon. For many people, pigs in blankets are the best part of the entire meal. There's also cauliflower cheese, Yorkshire puddings, roasted vegetables like carrots and parsnips, and mashed potatoes if roast potatoes aren't enough for you. Although turkey is the most traditional Christmas meat in the UK, it's not the only option. Many families choose chicken, roast beef, roast lamb, or roast ham instead, depending on personal preference. These days, vegetarian and vegan Christmas dinners are also extremely popular. Common alternatives include nut roast, vegetable Wellington, mushroom-based roasts, and plant-based versions of traditional dishes. Christmas dinner in the UK has become much more flexible over time. At the dinner table, Christmas crackers are pulled, paper crowns are worn, jokes are read out, and then, after maybe 30 minutes rest, we move on to dessert. One of the most traditional British Christmas desserts is Christmas pudding. It's very rich, dark pudding made with dried fruit and spices, and it's often prepared weeks or even months in advance. On Christmas Day, it's usually reheated, sometimes set on fire with brandy, and served with brandy butter, custard, or cream. Another Christmas classic is mince pies. Despite the name, modern mince pies don't contain meat. They're filled with mince meat, which is a sweet mixture of dried fruit, sugar, and spices. Mince pies are eaten throughout December, not just on Christmas Day, usually with a cup of tea. These desserts are strongly connected to tradition and nostalgia. Even people who don't normally eat them often say, well, it's Christmas, and have one anyway. I like to heat mine up for a while in the oven so it's nice and warm, and then have a bit of ice cream or cream on the side. Another very important Christmas tradition in the UK is the King's Christmas speech. Every year on Christmas Day, the monarch, currently King Charles III, gives a televised speech to the nation. Many families watch it together after Christmas dinner, often with a cup of tea or some of the Christmas chocolate. The speech usually reflects on the past year and focuses on themes like community, kindness, and supporting one another. This year, the message centered on unity, compassion, and looking after each other, especially during challenging times. For many people, watching the King's speech is one of those traditions that makes Christmas feel complete. Another tradition which has grown out of the King's speech is known as the alternative Christmas speech. This is usually broadcast by Channel 4 and is often delivered by a comedian or public figure. The alternative speech is more humorous, sometimes satirical, and often challenges traditional ideas or talks about social issues in a different tone. Some people watch the King's speech, some people watch the alternative one, and plenty of people watch both. The day after Christmas, December 26th, is called Boxing Day, and it's a public holiday in the UK. Historically, Boxing Day comes from a time when servants were given the day off so they could return home and spend time with their own families. They were often given a Christmas box containing gifts, money, or leftover food, which is where the name Boxing Day comes from. Today, Boxing Day is usually a slow, relaxed day. Some people go shopping because the 26th is when the sales start, but many stay at home and watch TV. Or you might go for a walk to burn off some of those Christmas calories, or just stay at home and rest to recover from having to see all your relatives. Food is still very important on Boxing Day, especially leftovers. One example of a famous leftover dish is turkey curry, which became well known after it was mentioned in the film Bridget Jones's Diary. Personally, I've never tried turkey curry, and no one I know has ever offered me any post-Christmas, so whether it's really a tradition or it was invented by the writers of the film, I'm not sure. Leftover sandwiches are also extremely popular, piled high with turkey, stuffing, and gravy. Internationally, one of the most famous leftover sandwiches is the Moist Maker from Friends, which appears in season 5, episode 8, the one with the Thanksgiving flashbacks. Practically everyone knows the reference because the show is so famous. My dad makes a great leftover sandwich. I always miss those at Christmas when I can't be at home. Christmas films are a huge part of the festive season in the UK, and for many families, watching the same movies every year is a tradition in itself. Television channels schedule Christmas films all day long, and people often say, it wouldn't be Christmas without watching insert name of movie here. These films are usually on in the background while people eat leftovers, relax on the sofa, or fall asleep halfway through. Some of the most popular Christmas films in the UK include Love Actually, which is especially loved in Britain, as well as international favourites like Home Alone, The Holiday, and Elf. When I was little, we would watch an animated film called The Snowman every year, which has a famous song in it called Walking in the Air. Me and one of my sisters had the sheet music for the song with parts for the flute and the piano. Don't think we ever actually played it together though. Some people like to watch old black and white movies like It's a Wonderful Life or Miracle on 34th Street. There are also lots of fun comedy shows on over Christmas like Big Fat Quiz of the Year. A lot of TV shows do what's called a Christmas special to commemorate the season. Long-running shows have their Christmas episodes, but the Christmas special is also used as a way to bring back old shows that have long since gone off the air, or it's used to wrap up a show whose series are coming to an end. Famous UK Christmas specials include The Office Christmas Special, first aired in 2003, The Vicar of Dibley, Call the Midwife, Only Fools and Horses, Doctor Who, and Gavin and Stacey. So those are some Christmas traditions from the UK, although we never did get around to that Christmas family fight. Probably for the best. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments down below, and if you celebrate Christmas, please tell me what you do over the festive season. If you don't celebrate Christmas, do any of the traditions surprise you, or is there anything you'd want to try? If you want to listen again with the full transcript and a list of useful vocabulary with example sentences, then please follow the link in the description where you can access those resources for free. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks for listening, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hatta hatta!